Good day, everyone. I'm Ramid R. Borja from Amadeo National High School. This research is entitled DepEd TV as a Learning Tool, Access, Utilization, and Challenges in Amadeo National High School. I'm a DepEd TV National Teacher Broadcaster, and I would like to find out, in my school, whether our students and teachers is utilizing a close to 500 million learning resource material that is available in DepEd. The COVID-19 pandemic has intensified the already rapid pace of global development, including technological advances, UNESCO 2020. In this effort, a lot of our education leaders have to resort to multiple strategies to ensure the continuation of learning, the most effective of which has been the use of digital technology. DepEd TV is one of the learning tools that students can use at home with modular learning. In this basic research, the research found out the following. How many secondary school teachers access and utilize DepEd TV as supplementary learning material in Amadeo National High School, Senior High? How many secondary students access and utilize DepEd TV as supplementary learning material? What challenges do secondary school teachers and students encounter in accessing and utilizing DepEd TV in Amadeo National High School? And what are the suggestions and recommendations of secondary school teachers and students in using DepEd TV as a supplementary learning material? For me, I have answered this question through the following methodology. The sample for this study are random students and teachers of Amadeo National High School for school year 2021-2022. Stratified random sampling was utilized. In terms of data collection, we use a validated questionnaire through Google Forms. The research instrument attached a consent letter for the study respondents before answering the questionnaire through authorities' approval and request letter. The questionnaire used English medium, so the respondents' responses will also be English. The researcher guided the respondents with a straightforward direction as they used the online instrument in gathering the Data Privacy Act clause with utmost confidentiality to protect the anonymity of informants. Based on the results and discussion, here are the access and utilization percentage of students. 65.7% only of students use DepEd TV as a supplementary learning material. That's equivalent to 6 out of 10 students. And what is startling is that 58.8% only of teachers access and use DepEd TV as supplementary learning material. For the results in discussion, in terms of the challenges encountered by students and teachers have difficulty accessing DepEd TV because of poor internet connection. Internet connectivity will pose a big challenge for students to learn. Asher et al. 2021. This idea also applies to the institution, the school administration, the faculty, and the staff. Time management and suitable learning environment is one of the major challenges that is encountered also by the students. Sometimes I didn't use this DepEd TV as my supplementary learning material, but the challenges I encountered when I used this DepEd TV, there's interruption. Like when I'm watching the DepEd TV, my mother will order me to do household chores and take care of my younger sibling. One of the challenges encountered also by students and teachers is the lack of available content for senior high. Amidst the effort of DepEd in increasing the utilization of TV and radio-based materials to support further the implementation of blended learning for school year 2021-2022, there is still a lack of available content for senior high. Here are some of the recommendations of students and teachers. One is alignment of class schedule and DepEd TV episodes. The informants mentioned that lessons should be congruent with the DepEd TV episodes. One of the informants mentioned that there should be a particular time for DepEd TV as part of the weekly home learning plan. One of the recommendations of students and teachers as well is the availability of DepEd TV in other social media platforms. Informants also mentioned that DepEd TV must be available on other social media aside from DepEd Commons and YouTube. Based on the research findings, we can conclude that there is a low access and utilization of DepEd TV as supplementary learning material. The research study revealed that only 65.7% of students used it, and 58.8% of teachers access and use it also as a supplementary learning material. Here are some of the challenges encountered by both the students and teachers: poor internet connection, time management, and suitable learning environment, and lack of available lesson content for senior high. Some of the recommendations that were mentioned based on the research findings is that DepEd TV episodes and availability of DepEd TV and other social media platforms must be available. There should be alignment of class schedule, and also there should be an availability aside from DepEd Commons and, of course, YouTube channel. What are the recommendations? The implication of this study is that there is a big investment by the government to have a learning resource available throughout the country, and yet they are not maximized. In the face of COVID-19 pandemic and the challenging situation it has created for learners, teachers, and parents, DepEd continue to search for ways to respond proactively and efficiently through DepEd TV. However, there is a need to strengthen this learning tools use at the grassroots level. Specifically, here are some of the recommendations. Teachers to maximize DepEd TV video lessons by incorporating them proactively in the weekly home learning plan. Students to continue using and exploring DepEd TV as a supplementary learning material in senior high school. In my case, a lot of the specialized subjects in senior high school are not available yet in DepEd TV, and we need to develop localized and contextualized material for these specialized subjects. And on that note, we encourage and recommend that school administrators and district officers to conduct or support the teachers in establishing Amadeo Aral TV. This creative and production team relocalizes and contextualizes senior high video lessons not available in DepEd TV. Future researchers may also consider extending the coverage of the study to a more significant sample and replicate the study using other tests that may further assess the impact of DepEd TV in the students' teaching and learning experience. These are some of my references. On my parting note, as a DepEd TV national teacher broadcaster, it is disheartening to note that a lot of our episodes are not fully utilized at the grassroots level, and there is a need to maximize the use of it and adapt completely. According to DepEd Secretary Leonor M. Briones, education is not going to be the same as education during my time or during your time. It's going to change, and the change has already started. The challenge for us, especially that next year we're going to, or this 2022, we are going to have the limited pilot of face-to-face classes, is to fully maximize the quality content that DepEd TV offers. And if not, we in the grassroots level will have to contextualize and localize materials and come up with ways on how to help our learners. And I would like to leave you on this note. Are we maximizing the use of DepEd TV as a learning tool at the grassroots level? Good day, everyone.